Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about Love Island Season 8, Episode 4. So at the beginning of the episode, it's basically just a pickup after the Melanie and Sincere talk from last episode. So Sincere's talking to Sean and Bryce, and he's basically just frustrated about the whole situation because he feels like he didn't pull Kata to chat with any ill intent, and it was mostly just to get to know her, and there was no exploration going on there. It was friendly essentially. He does tell them that he believes her reaction, Melanie's reaction to the whole situation, is a red flag, and he's just conflicted. But Melanie is still his top connection, and he still definitely wants to continue talking to her. We also have this Sean and Kinsey stuff going on this episode, which I talked about last episode. I'm not a fan. It's so fake to me. um, Apparently they kissed in the pool after the challenge from last episode, and he also kisses her during bedtime, and it's genuinely the most awkward interaction I've ever seen. Like, Kinsey talks about this later in the episode, but she says that her connections in the villa don't feel strong, like she's conflicted on who she likes. And yeah, she does not like Sean, so I don't know why she's continuing to pursue this. Like, it's very clear. I do think that Sean might be feeling her. I can't really tell, to be honest. I think he's just a very I don't know, he's harder to read, but I feel like her facial expressions are very clear. Bea and Gabriel also talk about how they're feeling, and Gabriel's saying oh, how he likes her personality a lot, and they're vibing a lot, and how Kinsey was someone who he was attracted to and is his type, but he just wasn't really feeling a connection with her. And he also mentions how there's a cultural difference, so it is kind of hard for him to talk to Kinsey, and he wasn't really feeling her after their conversation last episode. Then we go to Melanie pulling Casey for a chat, and I think the way she went about this was okay. I don't think it's necessary to have a conversation with the girl and say oh, can I pull this person for a chat? She did say she was gonna pull Casey for a chat. So I don't think it was shady or sneaky in any way, but Anaya is kind of a little irritated about it. I don't necessarily know if she was irritated about it because Melanie pulled him for a chat. I think she was mostly irritated because Casey didn't tell her that he wanted to explore, and it was just kind of out of nowhere. But I can't even say it's fair to blame Casey for that because Melanie was the one who pulled him for a chat. She does say that she's interested in getting to know Casey, and their chat was really good. But from the edit, it literally seemed so boring. They were just talking about her connection with Sincere, and that was basically it. Then we have the first challenge of the season, and it led to way more drama than I was expecting. It was a lot, and it was from a lot of different people too. So the bombshell is introduced in this challenge, and he kisses all the girls. Um, the bombshell is bombshelling, okay? I feel like Love Island USA always has good bombshells. And he's eating. Yeah. But let's get into the challenge though. So Anaya and Sean got their first kiss, I believe. And I think they're really cute. I don't know if they're gonna try to pursue anything or explore connection at all. But Sean did say Anaya was one of the girls he was looking at when he first came into the villa, and Anaya said that Sean was in her top two when she came to the villa. So yeah, they're cute together. Then we have drama, a little bit of drama with Bea and Kinsey. Bea said Kinsey is not afraid to step on toes to climb her way to the top. And Kinsey was mad about this because she felt like Bea should have chose Kata because she's newer in the villa and she's a bombshell, so it makes more sense, I guess. But I understand where Bea was coming from because Kinsey was kind of stepping on toes with choosing to talk to Gabriel and not really telling Bea that, which I think is the reason why she chose that for Kinsey. I also don't feel like Kata was stepping on any toes because Kata's really only been with Zach and not talked to anyone else unless people have tried to pull her for a chat. Trinity then goes and says Bryce is faking it, basically saying he's not really being honest in his couple, and his couple is Trinity. So I don't know why she did that, but Bryce was a little bit irritated, and he kind of wanted to prove her wrong, I guess. Melanie then chose to slime Kata for the prompt "Who needs to be fired?" Which I didn't get that because I didn't really understand why she would be mad at Kata and not Sincere, because Kata didn't really do anything. Sincere's the one who chose to talk to Kata. I feel like people have been defending her on like Twitter and all that, and I feel like you can't even really defend her on that one because it was just so very like targeted. She's also in drama with Anaya, which hasn't really been talked about, but Anaya's kind of irritated because she is choosing to like kiss Casey in the challenge and not really like talking to her about like actually exploring this connection seriously. Finally, Kata kissed Sincere and also slimed him for the prompt, who needs a promotion from their couple, which I don't think she actually kissed Sincere or did that to like pursue a connection with Sincere. I think she was just irritated at Kata for sliming her. So it was kind of just like revenge essentially. But I like this challenge. I like love a messy game. So I love this challenge. Then we have the aftermath of the challenge, and Melanie and Kata talk, and Kata says that she just wanted to get her get back in the challenge, and it was like not to be like rude or anything. It was just in response to Melanie sliming her. Melanie says that there's no beef. I don't know how Kata feels about it because Kata is like, oh, like I don't like fakeness. Like I don't mess with that. And I feel like the way Melanie is acting towards Kata is giving very fake. We also have a chat with Trinity and Bryce about Trinity sliming him, and they're just talking about how it's been mostly like a miscommunication with their connection. Bryce says that Trinity is his favorite person to talk to. He just wants to build a foundation first. But Trinity says that she felt more of a friendship vibe and like their conversations kind of helping her see it from a different perspective. Trinity also says that she likes the pace that they're going at, but she wants a little more. And then Trinity talks to Anaya and says that her convo with Bryce was good. Um, so yeah, I've been saying like her connection, Trinity and Bryce's connection is fake and I don't believe it. But honestly, like this is the first time I've seen both of them talk about each like their connection with other people in a positive manner. So maybe it's like moving towards like a real connection. Yeah. Then we have Kinsey and Bea talking about the challenge. And Kinsey says that she didn't realize that Bea was feeling that way and that she's been in a high stress situation. So it just slipped her mind to like talk to Bea about her talking to Gabriel. And Bea says that she understands and like she didn't think about it from her perspective as well. And she says that she should get first dibs with the bombshell. So it ended pretty amicably, and I think they both understand that it's just miscommunication and that they just maybe need to be more open about like who they're going to talk to, which I think is something that the girls like all agreed on in the first few days. Okay, then the bombshell comes in, and his name is Corbin. He is 22 and he's from Miami. And I think that's all we know about him so far. But yeah, like Melanie is really feeling this new bombshell. Like she's literally like laughing and giggling and biting her nail right in Sincere's face. She said that Corbin is her type, so it was to be expected. But I feel like all of them really like Corbin. Like he's obviously like attractive, so but there is some drama with Melanie again because she posed Corbin for a private chat like while he's still talking to all the other girls, and she was also like moving like in a way that I think it was Kinsey and Trinity like couldn't even like see him or talk to him because she was sitting up forward on the couch, and that was also an issue with the girls. The girls are also saying that if it was Sincere in that same situation she would be like overly irritated, so it's kind of like hypocritical of her to be acting that way. Sincere is also talking to Sean during her conversation with Corbin, and he's like a little bit upset because she was mad at him yesterday for talking to Kata, and she's essentially doing the same thing with the new bombshell. So it just like wasn't making sense. I do think his reaction is different from Melanie's though, because he was essentially saying like it's whatever, like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's a test, but he's not gonna like harp on it. Like if she doesn't like him, like it's whatever, essentially. Then Melanie comes back to talk to the girls, and Bea brings up her behavior and tells her that it was excessive and rude. Okay, I felt like it was fair for Bea to do that because she didn't do it in like a mean way. I think all the girls were feeling that way, like they talked about it, and so she just brought up what all the girls were feeling. and it was just upfront. And yeah, I don't think she did it in like a rude or aggressive way at all, but Melanie gets irritated. She said that she didn't know that she was doing that, like blocking, like leaning over and blocking the girls. Um, and then Bea was like just telling her like, yeah, just like make sure like, be mindful of that. And then Melanie tells Bea to relax because it was an accident, and it's just like this whole thing, and they get in like a little tiny argument. Then Melanie smiles in her face after. It's just so like, it gives so, I want to like Melanie so bad and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it feels so fake. Like her interactions with Bea, her interaction with Kate starts crying, and she was saying like she's being calm and Bea's the one who's getting mad. I feel like Bea was the calm one in that situation. Like I don't think Bea approached it in like a rude way. It was just upfront. And I feel like Melanie approaches things like that as well. So I didn't really get it. Um, then she tries to talk to Kata. Kata doesn't seem like she wants to talk to her. Anaya tries to talk to her. She starts freaking out.
Give me 10. Give me 10.
Thank you for watching my video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for other Love Island videos. I should be posting one on Sunday. Bye.